Today I want to talk about Chainguard's extended support for end-of-life images. Normally when an image runs out of support upstream, or goes end-of-life as we say, we will stop building and supporting that image ourselves. Customers will keep access to the last built version of that image, but that will slowly get out of date and start to accumulate CVEs. And often organisations will get stuck on an old version of an image and be unable to update for whatever reason. Those customers will then ask for continued support. So what we've done is add an opt-in 6-month end-of-life grace period to a subset of our images. Now I realised that was a bit of a mouthful, so the best way to describe how this works and what the benefits are is by showing you. So let's jump straight to a demo. Okay, so this is the Chainguard console. I'm logged in as the chainguard.edu account, which is the account for my team. Now I can go to Organisation Images, list images I have access to, and I'm going to click on this Python image. And because this account is enrolled in the EOL Grace Period, we do get more information on each image telling us when that grace period ends. So that's basically when the image goes end of life plus the 6 months grace period. And so most of these are like 2030, 2029, 2028. If we scroll down far enough, we find the 3.8 images, which actually are in their grace period. So the 3.8 version has already gone end of life upstream, and we're in the 6-month period where we continue to support it. And notice that this was built 4 days ago, so we're still actively building this image. Now let's change to another account. So I've got the 0cve.com account. This isn't a company, it's just a test account that we have. And if we look at their Python, and we don't even see 3.8 in this first page, but I can filter and find it. And we do find it here, but the interesting thing is it was last built on October 29th. So that was the last time that this image was not end of life and being actively built and maintained. If you're not in the end of life grace period, this is the last image that you would have access to. Okay, now let's go to the terminal and we'll take a look at the difference between the EOL Grace Period image and this image. Let's start looking at the version of the image that's from the organisation that does not have the EOL Grace Period. So pull the image. I'm using the dev version, which is slightly larger, and it's instant because I already had pulled the image earlier. If I run docker inspect on this image, and I'll pipe it through JQ, and what you can see here is that it was built on 29th of October 2024, which matches what we saw in the console. Let's now run gripe on this image. I'm using gripe, but you can of course use sneak or docker scout or whatever you prefer. And we'll see what it says. Now remember, this image is from October 29th and I'm recording this on the 24th of February, so this image has had a few months in which to accumulate CVEs. And we can see there was 39 vulnerability matches. So 39 known vulnerabilities in this image, and you can see they're in things like git, glibc, libcrypt and libcurl, as well as a few here in Python 3.8. So 6 Python 3.8 vulnerabilities. Now let's compare that to the version from Chainguard.edu. And Chainguard.edu is enrolled in the EOL Grace Period. Again, if I run docker inspect and pipe it through JQ, and we'll see the time that this was last built was 21st of February, so just a few days ago from when I recorded this. And again, we'll run gripe on this. Now remember, the other version had 39 vulnerabilities, so we'll see how many this one has. So it still has some vulnerabilities, but it's only got 7 as compared to 39 from before. Now interestingly, we still get the Python 3.8 vulnerabilities. So the point is, Python 3.8 has gone end of life. We're no longer updating that package. What we are doing is updating all the other packages inside this image. And that's why we've got rid of nearly all the other vulnerabilities. There is one sticking around here from Git that we're still triaging. Okay, so hopefully that explains the benefits of the EOL Grace Period. If you're stuck on an old version of the package, subscribing to the EOL Grace Period can help keep your CVE count down whilst you move to a newer version of the package. That's about it. If you have any questions, as ever, please do get in touch.